Greenpoint, Williamsburg Public Affairs presentation. This is Neighborhoods Today.
Good evening. Welcome to Fanciful Feasting. We're so delighted that you're able to cook with us again tonight. Tonight I'm going to show you how to make two cold pasta sauces. Great buffet dishes, and you're really going to enjoy them. The first one is a classic in the Chinese repertoire, which is a spicy peanut sauce, and I'm sure you've had this in many restaurants. Now we need to heat the ingredients here just to dissolve them. And what we do is take a quarter of a cup of smooth peanut butter, and I have this on a very low flame. We add 3 tablespoons of sugar. It's hard sugar. That's what happens when you're working under lights sometime. And a quarter of a cup of light soy sauce. Light means that there is less salt, in the soy sauce. And we stir that up and dissolve all of that. This is going to go over cold spaghetti. I know it might sound crazy, but once you taste it, you're going to absolutely love it. You get it all over your recipes and everything else. We then need a teaspoon of red pepper flakes. Keep stirring it so that it dissolves. 3 tablespoons of sesame oil. If you can get the toasted sesame oil, that'll give you a better flavor. Just keep stirring. We need we got it out of order. 1/2 garlic. Again, this is sticking from the lights. And keep stirring that so it's all dissolved together. And we need 3 tablespoons of oil. And that's basically the sauce. I mean, what could be easier than this? Can you see that it's all coming together? Now this is enough for 1/2 pound of pasta. Now you cook your pasta, your spaghetti, as you normally would. Then you take it and you drain it and then run it under cold water. And keep doing this under cold water so that you get all of the starch out. And you see you'll have no problem with it sticking. And you just pour this over it. Mix it together. I want to show you a little decoration here too, which is very, very pretty. Now you add some scallions, chopped green onion, some shredded carrot, and some peanuts, which have been toasted. I have made a few of these little brushes here, which make wonderful decorations. Can you see that? That's really this. I'm going to show you how to make that. And what you do is just take it, cut the end off, cut that off, peel it. Now that's the root end. So we take it this way. If you're having problems seeing this, it's because my hand is in the way. Cut it down to about there. See it? And try to get it as thin as possible. Toss it into some ice cold water. And this is what you'll get. No, not that. That's what I just tossed in. This is what you'll get. Now those are spicy noodles, and you can put them in a very pretty dish, but we're going to leave them in this bowl because the crew is going to eat them right away. And that's our first cold pasta sauce. I hope you're going to enjoy this. If you want the recipe for any of the pasta sauces that we do tonight, send a stamped, self-addressed envelope to Neighborhoods Today at the address you'll see on your screen later, and we'll be delighted to send you any recipe that you like.
For me, the wilderness is a place to practice my art, as it always has been for photographers, painters, and writers. For a scientist, it may be a place to seek the origins of life or find ways to save lives with cures for old and new diseases. For you, no matter what you do, it can be a place to find peace of mind and escape the pressures of the workday world. Unspoiled nature is an essential part of civilized life.
And here is our second pasta dish. Now this lends itself to real, and you must use only fresh vegetables. We have 1.5 pounds of ripe tomatoes, ripe plum tomatoes. Now if you buy these or you get them out of your garden, wherever, however you get them, and they're not entirely ripe, keep them out overnight for a few days. They will ripen. If you just leave them out on a windowsill or out in a dish, do not refrigerate them. What we do, now this is called salsa cruda, which means a crude sauce. We just cut the tomato in half, cut it down in slices, and just chop it up a little bit. Doesn't really matter how you do it, but okay. We'll add that to get all that good stuff in there. Then we need 1/2 cup of black chopped olives. We need 1/3 cup of olive oil. We need 2 chopped up garlics, and it's got to be fresh, and it doesn't matter how you chop it up. We need 1/3 cup of fresh chopped parsley. Whoop! That happened. You're in the kitchen alone, remember that. We need fresh basil, and this is up to you. Now this has been frozen, so it's no problem. It's still fresh basil. And put that in there. That's how you like it. We need a few red pepper flakes, or as some Italians call this, diavolo, which means hot. And this is what we're going to do with the vodka. To make this really icy, throw in 1/3 cup of vodka. Mix it all up. Can you see that? I can't begin to tell you what this smells like. It's driving me wild. Mix it all up. Now throw in 1 pound of hot cooked rotelli. Rotelli is good for this because it'll catch all this stuff. You drop some on the table, you pick them up, you wrap them up, and just mix it up. Now you can serve this just like this, with the hot pasta and the cold sauce, or you can allow it to sit out for a while and let the flavors come together and come down to room temperature. You're mixing it up, and you have a wonderful, wonderful pasta sauce that looks absolutely great, smells fantastic, and sitting on your buffet table, of course, in a prettier dish than this, will be absolutely wonderful, and nobody will know that you have vodka in it. Thank you for joining us. Again, if you want the recipes, please write to Neighborhoods Today, send a self-stamp addressed envelope, and we'll be delighted to send you the recipes.
Everyone has their own idea of a hero.
Magic Johnson. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Mr. Neil.
My hero, Gloria Stefan.
Martin Luther King. Mr. Hope.
these are teachers, but to the kids they've reached, they're heroes. They've given them hope. They've given them choices. They've changed their lives.
Well, the children are the heroes.
The most fulfilling thing is watching a child succeed.
I just like to help them make their dreams come true.
Teachers have the power to wake up young minds, to be heroes, to make a difference. Reach for that power. Teach. If you want to make an impact on our future, call 1-800-45-TEACH.
Mr. Wilkins.
Mrs. Eisenhart.
Mr. Adler.
Be a teacher. Be a hero.
Are you ready to make pizzas? Good. If you need any of these recipes or you want any of these ideas that we're doing today, please write to Neighborhoods Today at the address that you'll see on the screen later, and I will be delighted to get you all of the little recipes. Please be sure to enclose a stamped self-addressed envelope, and Christina and I will send you the recipes. We are about ready to start making the pizzas. We have your favorite sauce. We have some shredded mozzarella cheese. We have some chopped up pepperoni, and we have some oregano. What we have done is taken some biscuit dough, and we're going to make them out of biscuit dough. We're going to put a little bit of flour on our boards because that's going to help us. And here's one for you and one for you. And we'll take those over here. And what we do, let's move this so you can see what we can do, is go ahead, start doing it, and flatten it out with your fingers. And certainly this is something a child can do. You may have to help because you need, and make sure you have a ridge like that. Have a pan ready. There we go. There, you're doing a beautiful job there. Okay, you can put yours on the tray. Take another one. There's another one for you to do. There we go. This one is finished. Okay, there you go. Let me just help you. It's a little difficult sometimes for little fingers to get the same strength that you have. Okay, what we're going to do now is put a tablespoon of sauce on each one of them. Can you see that? Put the sauce on and spread it around. Wonderful! Okay, some more. There you go. Do some more. Okay. There you go. One more time. No, on this one. Yeah, you got too much on that one. Okay. There we go. Fabulous. Wonderful. Okay. Put the spoon in there. And now we're going to do a little bit of mozzarella cheese, which I have shredded. Just about that much. There you go. You can add a little bit more if you need to. Go ahead. It's important that a child learns how to work in the kitchen and has an appreciation of the preparation of food. And you have to really make it fun for them, okay? Now we're going to do some pepperoni, which I have shredded. Just put a little bit on, okay? There you go. Spread it out a little bit. Okay, good. Now this is probably something an adult should do. We need a little pinch of oregano, and just a little pinch. Remember what I told you about using dried spices? Always rub them between your fingers to release the essence. Can you do that? Just a little pinch. Okay, and a little pinch there. Okay, where would you like that? Wonderful. Thank you. Okay, these are ready to go into a 400-degree oven. and bake for about 15 to 16 minutes, and they will come out of the oven looking like that. Isn't that fabulous? If you need any of these recipes or you want any of these ideas that we're doing today, please write to Neighborhoods Today at the address that you'll see on the screen later, and I will be delighted to get you all of the little recipes. Please be sure to enclose a stamped self-addressed envelope, and Christina and I will send you the recipes.
For me, the wilderness is a place to practice my art, as it always has been for photographers, painters, and writers. For a scientist, it may be a place to seek the origins of life or find ways to save lives with cures for old and new diseases. For you, no matter what you do, it can be a place to find peace of mind and escape the pressures of the workday world. Unspoiled nature is an essential part of civilized life.
Welcome to Fanciful Feasting Caterers. I'm delighted you're able to join us tonight. I think it's important for a child to learn how to work in a kitchen. So my niece Christina is with us tonight, and she's going to bake her own birthday cake. Actually, what I planned to show you is how to work with a child, and I plan to do an old-fashioned icebox cake. What Christina is doing here is mixing up 2 packages of pistachio instant pudding with an 8-ounce package of a non-dairy with topping. Are you doing it? That's called folding. And look, she's really getting it here. What I've done here is I have a 9-inch spring foam pan, and I've lined the bottom with aluminum foil, and I've lined the bottom with chocolate wafer cookies. You'll need about 1.5 packages of these. So what we're going to do, because we want to get some cookies around the edge, we're going to give it a little bit of a base. Okay, you can stop doing that, and what we're going to do is put a little bit of this in here like that, just a little bit, and you see, you work this way, you work out, see? Always do that so that, you don't mess up the cookies, which I just did. Nothing is, see? Just a little bit on the bottom, because we want to get a base for the side. Okay? Just a little bit more. Okay? Now, just let's move this aside. And what we need to do is put cookies, you see, that way. See? This way. Now, we just line them up. You help me do that. You work this way. There we go. See? And so we're able to anchor them into the pudding. Okay? There we go. They'll slip and slide, but you have to work around them a little bit. Now what we'll do is take some more of this and just move it in. There we go. Now what we need to do is put another layer of cookies. You help me do that as well. Put another layer of cookies in, and we just keep building it up as we go along. Okay, what we've done is built up the layers with the pudding and the crackers, and we're finishing up with a finished layer of cookies. Okay? There we go. Now, what happens here is put a piece of saran wrap over this and put it in the freezer. You can do this the day before. It's very important. So let me take it and put it in the freezer. Okay, here's your cake. Isn't that pretty? You can see that that is all nice and solid. And what we're going to do is remove the ring. And you can see the way the cookies are anchored in. I'm going to leave the bottom on because it's really easier. And we place it there. And now we've got some non-dairy product, and we're going to create a topping. Now we've chosen as our theme for the party, The Little Mermaid. And so we're going to try to simulate water. And see, there we go. Okay, do you want to try moving that around? So yeah, good. Try to make some waves. So you do this, and you can make some waves like that. See, that's the way you make waves. Doesn't that look like waves? Okay. And then we're going to take some coconut and tint it blue. Now what we do is just put some blue dye, 1 or 2 drops, no more than that. See, like that, okay? Whoop, I got 3 drops in. And just mix it up. And you'll see it'll turn blue. We've already done some here, so. And we're going to sprinkle that. You want to sprinkle some of that on there like that? See, and we're going to create waves, okay? There. More waves, okay? Just a little bit to get it to look like an ocean. Does that look okay? Like an ocean? Okay. Now we're going to put this in. This is a little thing we got from our local pizza store, which is going to anchor, and we're going to put it back here. See? Put it in there. It's still very frozen, but that'll work that way. And if you have a problem, you can always frost over it, like so. There's always a way of covering up something. That's good. And we'll take the Little Mermaid and put her in on the cake. Then what I've done is I've gotten these party favors, which are actually pencils, thanks to Applause company, which has the franchise for Little Mermaid. And I'm going to take these and just shove them into the cake, which is hard to do because it's pretty much frozen. But you can see that we have, what are these called?
I don't know.
You don't know what they are? Okay, they're little yellow fish. See? And then there's a crab here. And that didn't work, but don't worry about it. What I've done is taken saran wrap, you see, and you'll see this cake a little bit later at the party, and it's going to really look fantastic, you'll see. There we go. Welcome to Christina's birthday party. We decided on a Little Mermaid theme. Actually, Loretta of Sunshine Cards on Metropolitan Avenue, we went over to speak with her, and she did all the decorations. Aren't they beautiful? All the balloons, the gift wrappings, the paper plates. We've created water on the table by using some cellophane. So if you have any needs for your party needs, go over and speak to Loretta at Sunshine Cards on Metropolitan Avenue. She'll be delighted to help you. She has all these wonderful things, and this mermaid that comes from Applause, and they supplied all of the party favors. So let's now have a birthday party. You ready for some birthday cake? Huh? You ready for? And here's our birthday cake with the mermaids and the candles. Let's light the candles. There we go. And your child has helped you create her own birthday party. Isn't that great? And we're going to have a piece of cake, and I'll show you what that looks like. Okay. Happy birthday to you. Come on, let's sing. This is Peter, and this is Paul, and they've come to Christina's birthday party. Would you like to blow out your candles? Go ahead. Come on. Oh, can you make it over there? Okay. Now let's have a piece of cake. Let it sit out, and you'll have no problem slicing it and serving it. It's really like a wonderful ice cream cake. You ready for a piece of cake? Can I have your plate? Can I have your plate? There we go. See? Doesn't that look fabulous? Layers of chocolate cookies and the pistachio and the whipped topping with the little blue coconut to simulate the ocean. Thank you for coming to Christina's birthday party. And if you need any of the instructions, any of the recipes, any of the thoughts, send a stamped, self-addressed envelope to Neighborhoods Today, and we will be so pleased to send anything that we can to you. Bye-bye now. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Christina. Happy birthday to you. Here we go. Okay. Enjoy your birthday cake. You can eat it. And we also have some apple juice for you, which you shouldn't spill, but I just did. Oh, I hope you didn't get that.